Hey guys, what's up? Mr. Chelsea 101 here, um, with another review. First of all, I want to really apologise that I didn't do the preview for the game. Like I said, I was on a uni visit all day today, and then yesterday I had coursework and stuff to finish in the evening, so it just didn't work out. But I promise I will try my absolute best to get a preview in for the Fulham game of the weekend, and that should be fine. Um, okay, so Chelsea Galatasaray 1-1 on the night, and I would have been, to be honest, before the game, I would have been happy with that result. I mean, this is a better Galatasaray side in terms of Mancini's tactics and the way they've been playing recently, um, which was made clear by the commentators. Um, Better than the side that beat Real Madrid 3-2 at home last season in the Champions League, if you guys remember. Um, Obviously, they have players like Drogba and Schneider and Yilmaz and Inyan Selçuk. Um, but yeah, so I was kind of before the game. I think I would have taken this result. Now I'm frustrated, partly because of the way we played and partly because of the first half an hour. But anyway, let's go into the game. So the Chelsea team sheet, we played the 4-2-3-1 as we usually do in this sort of game. We had Lampsey and Ramirez, who I would have selected because obviously Matic is cup tied, and we had Schürrle on the right, Hazard on the left, and Willian in the middle at the start with Torres up front. Again, they're probably the four I would have selected in this game because I think Oscar needs a rest, especially after Everton and West Brom. He didn't look very effective, and Man City. So yeah, I'm happy that we gave him a rest, and I think we should rest him against Fulham and play, maybe include Salah for a start. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a preview. So yeah, um, okay. So the game starts. Uh, Obviously, a big game because Galatasaray are a decent side, and they've got big King Didier up front. I was really excited to see us play him. It was weird, kind of weird seeing us play him, especially the tussles with him and Ivanovic in the box at times were kind of hostile. But you would expect that because the team comes before kind of previous ties and emotion. Anyway, right, sorry, I'm getting off point here. So the game starts. First couple of minutes, kind of how I would expect. Um, we're keeping the ball a little bit. Uh, they're kind of trying to get it forward a bit, but it's not really working. And then I start to notice that their defensive line is creeping up the pitch, and I'm thinking this does not look like a side that's kept 9 clean sheets in 10 games, or whatever Gary Neville said it was. Um, they just didn't look like that kind of side, and um, they just kept coming forward, and it was really strange. And then we got a good ball in through the defence, and Muslera ran out to clear it. And I follow Muslera; he's a good keeper, and he ran out to clear it, and it went straight to Willian, who kind of tried to dink it over like Oscar did against Shakhtar last season. But it didn't really work because it was quite a long distance, and also it chipped off Muslera's head. And I was thinking, we can do this, guys. Like, this could be, we could get a couple here. And then I didn't think it would be this easy because Azpilicueta just dominates the left wing, kind of comes in, dinks a low ball into Torres, who just shoots in the open net, 1-0. Easy as that. And at that point, I was thinking another 3-0, another like we played against Schalke, like we're just opening them up. Um, Early goal from Torres as well. But Mancini kind of made that rash substitution. He took off Hadjalovic, whatever his name was, Hajrovic. Yeah, the grasshopper player, former grasshopper player, winger, a young guy, and he took him off for a not even a like change. It was a kind of a more central midfield change to bolster not only their defensive like security, which wasn't working at this point, but also to kind of help them keep the ball because they weren't keeping the ball at all, and it worked. I mean, to be honest, I don't early substitutions. I'm not really for them because I think it's not really fair on the players. We should give them a chance, but hats off to Mancini because it was a fantastic change because Galatasaray were getting more and more into the game, like towards the end of the first half, and in the last 5 or so minutes we were kind of on top again. But then the second half they just came flying out of the blocks, and I was thinking, yeah, this is another game we haven't killed off. Got more and more into it, and then Selçuk or Inyan Selçuk hit the post. And I was thinking, right, we know what's coming. And then surely enough, corner, Chedju gets his head on it. No, it wasn't even his head. It was. He just kicked it in from about 2 yards out. And the thing is, I'm so frustrated. I'm more frustrated than I was against West Brom and Man City because unlike those games, this is a game that we had half an hour where we really could have put this to bed. Like West Brom is a similar game, but because of the the equaliser when we were on top, and they got more and more into it. But there was no kind of clear half an hour where we absolutely wrecked it, and we weren't absolutely wrecking it, but we had a chance to. So very frustrating. Mikel came late on, just wasted chances. I've always kind of stuck by Mikel, but this season now we've got Matic. I'm thinking there's rumours of him of selling him to AC Milan for 12 million quid. I would take that any day. I mean, I do like Mikel. I've always supported Mikel. When Mikel's like, yeah, he's kind of been like 2012 and prior. He was one of my kind of favourite players because I like the CDM position, and I always thought, he's still only 24 back then. He can become the next SEN, but it really hasn't happened for him at Chelsea. And now there's two fierce competition with because Cahill's the preferred centre back partner for Terry, so Louise is kind of an ideal part like member of midfield, especially even when Lampard does retire, which hopefully he does rather than leave, but hopefully he doesn't retire just yet. Yeah, so just frustrating because Galatasaray I thought were the better team in the second half. Um, they created a couple of good openings, but that was it. Only really the hitting the post and the goal. Um, Oscar obviously came on very, very late on. Didn't get a chance to do anything, but that's fair enough. I mean, he just didn't. Um, I think Torres worked very hard tonight. I think that's positive to take. It's good to see him back to kind of the last game I saw him doing. That was probably the game against Hull because he's been out for a while and stuff. But yeah, he deserved his goal. He looked sharp. Against a tough defence because they do have a good defence, Galatasaray, as I said in the league. But that first half an hour, we could have absolutely. And Felipe Melo, I'm sorry, how was he not carded? And he's a key player for them. So if he's out the second leg, that's their CDM, that's their like holding midfielder gone. And yeah, just that challenge, a couple of challenges, nasty challenges. The head thing on Ramirez. Oh no, it was Bert Yilmaz, wasn't it? Never mind, ignore that. But there was a late challenge. I can't remember who it was on, and he wasn't booked. There was a couple of tussles with Azpilicueta. Just book him. The ref was not on point. I think this is the first time on my channel that I've criticised the ref, but yeah, some strange decisions. I do agree with most of his cards actually, but the ones regarding Felipe Melo were poor. I think. Um, yeah, I think we'll bounce back in the second leg. I don't think that we'll lose this game because of the creative qualities we have. Um, can't wait to see King Didier at the bridge. Hopefully, he gets a good reception. Looking forward to Fulham at the weekend. Let's get back on winning ways. Peace.